Hello, welcome to Farm Talk Friday. It is June 6th, 2025. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna. Hello, honey.
Hi, my love.
All right, we do this every week, more or less. We are in Costa Rica on our little permaculture farm. You can see chicken tractors in the background where we have our hens laying eggs for us pretty much every day. Which is just fantastic. It's the best tasting eggs in the world, as voted on by us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the showgirl's maybe the only one laying right now.
Okay.
but we're still getting an egg.
Yeah. So, yeah, we moved down here about 9.5 years ago from Los Angeles. I used to be in a band called The Crystal Method. Giovanna has an amazing nonprofit called Green Wave. Check that out at greenwave.eco. And she's also a tantric yoga teacher.
And writer.
And an amazing writer and novelist. So, normally we talk about our advertisement. Did we have one?
Well, so I realized at some point today, early, oh yeah, I gotta make the ad. And then something happened. I don't know what happened. And then I remembered again, and then I forgot again. And so what I did instead was I posted a video from earlier this week. And I just want to say, be careful for what you wish for. I was wishing that the foxes would come around again. I missed them. And sure enough, they showed up. Like a few days later, Ken saw them at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
They were at our house, hanging out, just, walking across the yin yang garden. And then later on, maybe that day, our worker, Jose, and it's his video that I'm shooting, they're basically in front, they're basically right here.
Right on the other side of this glass.
There's like a rock, and there's these plants here, there's a rock, and it was sitting on the rock and yawning, looking at the chickens.
Staring at the chickens.
And you can hear our worker laughing, just saying, yes.
And as far as I can tell, those foxes are living right below the floor we're on right now.
Yeah, I think when they come around, their temporary housing, their hostel is underneath this building.
And so we tried to make our chicken tractors fox-proof, predator-proof, and it's doing a good job so far. I mean, we have had hens die, but we have not, well, it's hard to say.
There might have been one break-in once.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm saying is right now we have to be real careful. We have to make sure there's no part of the chicken tractor that's got space underneath for the fox to climb in, and so, we have to take extra caution right now.
Yeah, and these are the cutest foxes ever. I mean, I don't really know other foxes actually, but these ones are like this big. Yeah, they're like the size of a medium cat.
A little bigger than that.
Are they?
They're a big cat.
They're a big cat.
But
I don't know.
They are the cutest. They're the cutest, much like the squirrels in our area are the cutest and most beautiful squirrels in the whole world.
That we know of.
And they're only right here in this area of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
The southern tip of the Nicoya Peninsula.
The other squirrels are not as good looking. Hey, Peter! Yay! Are you coming back in October? We won't be here. Can you come earlier? Can you come in September? Anyways, so foxes. What else are you going to talk about today?
Well, I was just going to chime in on all these other things.
Oh, okay. So I've been trying to create kind of like a 13 moon calendar, and I was trying to figure out like what is the 13 moon calendar about anyway. So we have 13 full moons in a year. So instead of living off of the solar calendar, which is 12 months, that in a lot of indigenous cultures work off of a 13 moon calendar, and sometimes we get these like names, and it's like, where are they getting these names from? And so I think that it's probably from their local environment, and they're paying attention to seasons, and and naming it off of what's happening in their area during that time period, and you can use it as a way to remind yourself of season changes and like what you should be doing and not doing at that time agriculturally. And in, like maybe there's a wolf moon, and why would they call it that? Maybe because they noticed that the wolves came through during that time. So anyway, so I've been basing it off of that. Like, okay, I'm observing what's happening here locally, and very specifically on our piece of property. And right now I've decided that I would call this one like the Greens Mango Moon. And that
so you're coming up with 13 names for the 13 moons.
But not randomly. I'm
I know.
paying
You're
attention.
You're observing.
And so I've been writing them down for
Okay, good.
several moons now. And
how many moons have you done?
like 6 or
Okay,
7.
we got 6 or 7 more.
Yeah.
Which is
And
awesome.
right now it's Greens Mango because it's a good time to be harvesting the chaya and the katuk, but definitely the chaya. So chaya is this, we call it like an alternative spinach.
It's a leafy green.
Yeah, and it's more of a succulent than the other spinach tree that we call chicaskill down here. And it goes, like sometimes you're like, wow, I'm just like, we have so much chaya. And then if you don't do anything with it, like at some point the leaves start to get really small, and you miss out on your opportunity for harvest. And you can freeze the leaves, and if you make smaller packs out of them and freeze them, then you can just pull that out and have a meal later on. So right now is a great time to harvest. And then if you're harvesting now and like taking little pieces off, it'll grow because like it's like the moon is coming. So it'll bush out more, and then you'll get more in the future. And then those pieces, what's really cool about chaya is that you can kind of throw it on the ground. As long as it's touching the soil, it'll reroot. Obviously, if you plant it a little bit, it'll have a better chance, but pretty much wherever you stick it, it's gonna make more of itself. And so I take this opportunity with chaya to harvest, but then also replant.
Yes.
So yeah, we're doing pretty good on our...
Hey, Kristen.
Yay, Kristen, we're gonna see you soon.
We're going to see Kristen June 28th in New Orleans. It's going to be an amazing show featuring the Crystal Method, Josh Wing, DJ Dan, Donald Glod,
Mark Farina,
Yeah.
DJ Irene.
It's gonna
I'm sure we're missing a lot of
it's gonna
people,
be
but-
great. There's gonna be like tremendous surprises involving the Crystal Method. Also, the amazing Kenergy DJ will be performing, playing his own unique brand of disco and house music. It's gonna be fantastic.
Woo, I'm excited. Oh, Bo! Well, you can still come, Bo. You guys can take a little break. I don't know if there's direct flights to New Orleans, but maybe we'll look into it for you. So food forest. Okay, so I've been, paying attention and algorithm stuff. There's like farm things that come onto my feed, like, hey, look at this fix. And so one of them was stop throwing away your banana peels and make banana fertilizer. And of course, like, we're not throwing them away. Like, we compost them, and it obviously helps the compost that we're creating. But it did make me think, like, oh, some in the compost and then some making an easy fertilizer. So we're just trying it. So the idea is you take the banana peels and you chop them up into small pieces. You fill a jar about 3/4 of the way, fill the rest with water, and then you just ferment it. So you put it out in the sun for 5 to 7 days is what is recommended from like this one little thing that I saw. And we're trying it. We have 4 jars going right now. And then once it's done, you need to dilute it, or that's what's recommended. And so I'm excited to try it out.
Super awesome.
Yeah, super awesome. Seems like an easy one. So when we had Adriana working with us, who was more expert than we were, she was all into like making these brews that would need to have like little bubbles. What do we call that? She just had really cool like witchy brews going, and I'm like, I just can't. I'm not quite in that routine it was really exciting to have her do it. And then I realized when she wasn't here anymore, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that.
We can still do those concoctions. We have the bubbler, right?
Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it started and teach the other guy how to do it.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Dan Zumtabel.
Yay, we've got a lot of people on. Jonathan, yay. Cheryl. Woo. So sometimes I just want to say that we'll look back. We always look at the comments at some point later on, and we'll see that there was actually more people than we could see on. And so if you notice that we're giving people shout outs, but we're not giving you a shout out, you're like, why aren't you saying something to me? I don't know. I don't know how this live feed works. I don't know why we don't see everyone, but you are loved and appreciated, and thank you for watching. And if you ever have questions, you can put it into the comments, and we'll respond later because I always go back to those. Okay, so anyway, so banana peels, cool. Yeah, super cool. A local lady taught me to boil the banana peels and then use the water. Yeah, because that would be like a tea, so it's extracting it, and that would be a quicker way to use it. That's smart. And maybe you don't have to dilute it, Bo, if you do it that way. That's like a gentle way. Like with noni juice, I kind of make tea out of it now because it's instead of trying to ferment it, which takes a long time and looks kind of gross and makes it even more pungent, which is hard. And then you can do the fresh method of the noni juice, but that's also more difficult. I find like trying to make a tea of it has been easier to consume it, and just like an easier practice to have. So anyways, okay, so in these little videos that are coming up in the algorithm, hey.
I was looking at your earrings.
Oh, my little
the cat
puffs.
Poofy ball.
My little poofy ball earrings, yeah. Yeah, it's cute. They're two-tone now. They started off only light pink, but then we had our roof leak and it poured all over some silk fans that I plan on using for a cool Artivist demonstration called Cangreja, which we'll talk about some other Farm Talk Friday. And the red dye got all over clothes and apparently jewelry, and so, but it looks
Oh, that looks like it was
meant to be. Yeah. So it's okay. Yay, Hope, you made it.
I hope.
Welcome back. Okay, so anyways, these algorithms, these videos. So I have been posting to the Greenwave House page some of these videos, and I'm not like completely advocating for them, and I'm not trying to say that we're implementing them either, but sometimes I find sharing ideas is fun. Because it might spark some other idea that might work better or whatever. It can create some conversation. So I want to put it out to all of you, like, how are we feeling? I mean, there's a lot of plastic involved in modern farming anyway. So sometimes I look at the ideas of reusing plastic that we're like plastic bottle, vertical bottle farming and stuff like that. I'm like, that's kind of cool. But then like, where's our line? So I saw one the other day where they were taking those like almost like these pool floaties, those noodles, and using that, but it's styrofoam. And at least here in Costa Rica, the elements are so strong and things don't last. And especially like this particular kind of styrofoam, I just imagine like super flaking. And I don't know if the leaching of a plastic bottle is worse than styrofoam, or if maybe styrofoam doesn't leach, it's just a mess. But like some of the ideas look cool. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Or is it? Maybe it's not cool at all. I'm not sure. So maybe some more eyes on it, and then we can stir up the conversation. And do you want to talk about your hand?
Well, I would like to say that I had my knee surgery 6 or 7 weeks ago. And that knee is just doing fantastic. It's doing so good. I got back on my road bike for the first time on this past Sunday.
You passed an important milestone test also.
Well, yeah, my surgeon's team gave me like a 3-month fitness test that I passed, which will allow me to do more stuff now. So anyway, so I'm on my road bike first time in, a couple of months. And I go right into some thick sand on the road and fly over the handlebars and break my fall with this hand. And this hand, it went all the way back to like my forearm. And so I thought my wrist was all this. I don't know. There's at least some torn ligaments. My hand hurts so much all the time, and it's like a balloon compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll give you more updates on my hand later, but it hurts.
Oh, yeah. Time.
Yeah.
Time. So I think, yeah, we talked about the foxes. Any other stories? I mean, we had like the frog that Ken was worried about this morning.
Well, I saw an amazing frog jump. There was a bright green frog. I swear it jumped like 20 feet straight sideways, flying through the air into our pool. It was amazing.
Yeah, Ken, but it's like daytime, and we don't usually see them during the day. So he's like, "Is that frog okay? Is it running away from anything?" And then like it jumped into our pool, and I don't know if it wore itself out from like such a tremendous jump. But then it was like doing this weird thing. It was more like maybe like this. And so we only saw one front leg arm extended. And I was like, is he missing an arm? Is that why he was like getting away and he's floating kind of like he's dead? Or and we go and look at him. I'm like, oh no, he's just doing this like weird move. And then he like woke himself up out of his trance and went underwater and then came up to the ledge and started hanging out. And I don't know what his deal was. It was awesome.
This does seem to be frog season here. Every night they gather around our pool and pretty much all night long.
Sheely, reigning in Utah. Congratulations.
Gig. Okay.
So yeah, I think we'll close this out. I know I'm gonna talk about it. Oh, but before I talk about that, we mentioned Showgirl, who's one of our chickens, and apparently she's our star producer right now. She might be our only chicken that's currently laying, at least in the last few days.
Our only hen. No, they're all just saving it up.
Yeah, but we watched Showgirl. The Last Showgirl.
We watched the movie called The Last Showgirl. It was really
so
good.
Good. Yeah, Pamela Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis knocked my socks off. I thought it was so good.
And it was all shot in Las Vegas, which made me happy.
Was awesome. Yeah.
And there was some backstory that the movie was sort of based on the last big review in Las Vegas, which was called Jubilee.
Yeah. So anyways, it was a good movie. If you happen to want to show it to a bunch of international friends, I would advise against that because they might not get all the cool references that we do growing up in the States and having maybe attachments to Las Vegas. Like, watch it with people that will get the subtlety in it, because we had some friends come over and one of them, he's French, and he was like, I don't get this movie.
Yeah.
And so we left.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we left. Anyways, okay, so it is Orca Awareness Month, and I had something come across my feed like a couple weeks ago, and it really got me. I was like, oh, what are we doing? I mean, there's so many things that we could say that about, but apparently over in France, and they're not the only ones where this scenario is currently happening, but it was just this particular footage that I saw from an organization called Tidebreakers, and they're basically, Tidebreakers is, they have a network, and then some of their activists have drones, and they'll go fly over marine parks, and they're like giving reports back of, hey, this park has been abandoned, but they left these two orcas. So this particular park, there's like a mama and her baby boy that are left at the park, and 12 dolphins, although maybe like a couple of the dolphins have already been relocated. But they're being relocated to like another park. At least it's not abandoned, but it's not like they were released into the ocean. But these two orca whales are still there, and it really made me sad. and I wanted to do something, and sometimes the only thing I can think of doing is like writing some fiction around it. So I wrote this little flash fiction tale called Extraction, and it will be out on my Gumroad this weekend. It's currently...
How do they get to your Gumroad?
I will post a link, but you could go to raverj.com now and you could find a link there. Or if you are a Wattpad member or want to be one, where you can like read these little books and stuff for free, you can go to Wattpad and check it out there. It'll be there for free. But I'm gonna make it kind of like a fundraiser. So any money that comes in, I'm gonna send it to Tidebreakers so they can continue to put out their awareness campaigns. You know, like they're running ads and stuff. So that takes money, and I appreciate what they're doing. And hopefully
it's a
hopefully
great
something
story.
will come out.
I've read it. Check it
Yeah.
out. Featuring the
Leave a stamp of approval.
Featuring the superhero Raver J. She must be aware of.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, love all of you. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Do the little heart thing with me. Okay.
Malia Moore.
Malia. Forever.
See you next week on Farm Talk Friday.